Hello there, and welcome to the most exciting security program on television, The Defender. On today's edition, NSCDC Commandant General sets up special team to monitor private gas company across the country. COR insists that payment for license renewal by private gas company was not enough to stop being shut down. Private gas company warned against wearing of ranks, and Kano private gas operators raises alarm over proliferation of quacks in the state. For these and more, please stay with us. I'll be right back. Welcome back. My name is Shola Odumosu, and I'm your host on the program. Before we go to our stories, let me say here that at NSCDC, our heart goes out to the people of Benue State, especially the families that have lost loved ones during the violent attack in the area. May God comfort you all, and may Benue and our entire country find lasting peace. Here at NSCDC, we have renewed our resolve to work with other relevant security agencies to ensure that every Nigerian is safe wherever they reside. God bless Nigeria. Now, to our stories. The Commandant General of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Abdullahi Gana Muhammadu, has set up a special team to monitor private gas company across the country. The team comprises line operatives at the NSCDC headquarters, including heads of the monitoring team. It has the mandate of ensuring compliance with the regulations of the NSCDC Act by embarking on routine checks and monitoring the activities to ensure compliance. To ensure effectiveness of this operation, the Assistant Commandant General in charge of Private Gas Company Department, Ellen Amakiri, summoned a meeting with members of the special monitoring team. She tasked the members to assert their authority in sanitizing the industry and ensuring that the statutory regulatory functions of NSCDC is strictly adhered to without compromise.
Let's call this meeting so that we rub minds together and fashion a call for the department. And that is to say that the function of licensing, monitoring, and supervising the producing is now the sole responsibility of the corps. We have to do everything possible to stamp our role in Nigeria as the regulator of that industry.
During its visit to Nasarawa State, the team met with the state commandant who urged them to be professional in carrying out their assignment.
So please monitor anywhere you go, inch by inch, bit by bit, and piece by piece. Let us know what is going on. If you need armed personnel to escort you, okay. If you want to go by your HOV, okay. If you want her to attach somebody with you, it's okay.
Thereafter, they moved into the city to begin a scrutiny of the private gas company, starting with DJK Security. The company was sealed for non-renewal of its license.
Madam, on behalf of the Minister of the Interior, through the Commandant General of the Court, I seal this. This is for non-renewal of the license.
From there, they moved to Main Guard Security Limited and then Ficon Security Services Limited. They also assessed Eminent Guards Limited, which was sealed for non-compliance. Bethel Security Support Limited and iTech Security Services and Training Limited were also visited. From Nasarawa, the team moved to Benue State. While welcoming them to Benue State, the state commandant commended the initiative.
I also want to say that with or without later programming assignments like these are the things we always welcome. We are state commandants. There are a lot of issues and activities that we are ready to handle as far as proactiveness is concerned. Within our ability, we're going to do it for you so that the program will succeed. We also want to thank the CG. It's a very good program and a very good omen for him to be given time to be checkmating the activities of DGs and very many other co-mandated programs, so that the persons that we are dealing with are going to understand that it's not only within the states, and that beats compromise and very many other skirmishes and difficulties for this.
And off they went for monitoring, beginning with Nigit Security in the Makurdi metropolis. It was sealed having been found wanting.
Sealing Nigit Nigeria Limited for non-compliance of their renewal license and not having branch registration in Makurdi.
Other private guards companies were visited. Masuk Protective Security was also visited. More private guard companies will have to receive the Commandant General's monitoring team.
Who is Mr. Austin Ugogo?
He's our operational manager.
Where is he?
Abuja.
He's in Abuja.
We don't have a
Where is your uniform? Where's your uniform? How many of you are here?
We are 6 in number, sir.
How many of you are on duty now?
We are 2 on duty. We are 2.
Two. Where is your supervisor?
I'm the one.
This is the
You are the
supervisor.
supervisor. Very good. Where are the documents of proof?
They don't have any
They are
of
not
those.
yes, sir, submitted.
Where's your uniform?
Let me.
We are not others. We are civil defenders. We curb saboteurs and vandals.
Government property, no one will know. Who be the government? You be the government. Make you no use your hand, don't rule your property. Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, they campaign to stop this violence with this Gaza nation's property.
Welcome back. In Kano, the team also met with the state commandant who pledged support for the task before they proceeded for inspection and enforcement. Trend 2 International Limited was also found wanting and sealed.
Through the ACGPDC, this office remains sealed. Trend 2 International Limited for non-renewal of his plans.
The team warned that private guard companies' operatives were not allowed to wear ranks on their shoulders and enforce these regulations where there was need.
What they approve for you to do?
Yes, sir.
When you submit your
Yes, sir. All the guards, they will see them.
Remove it from all the gaps.
Okay,
It's illegal.
None of them should use this anymore.
Label this.
At Force Alert Security Service Limited on Airport Road, Kano, the team raised relevant issues with the operators.
Have you sent the names of your guards, the data, to the state government?
Yes, it's among the requirements now. We normally do. It's among the requirements.
Can we see any of your guards?
Any
of your guards?
Here? Yes. We have no guard office here. We are also the
So if you come here now, there's no way you as a company, there's no way you can market me and show me that you have a good guard.
Okay, that's why we have no available attachment.
Nasiru Kabiru Isa is the Executive Director, Hydra Guards Nigeria Limited on Otoro Commercial Layout, Kano. He called on the NSCDC to assist in curbing the menace of quacks in the industry.
I will also want to use this opportunity to once again lodge our complaint to the national headquarters, although we've lodged same to the state command through the PGC department, which is the influx of quacks and the internal security system in Kano, which is making our business very, very difficult. We are trying in all ramifications to see that we enlighten the general public on the dangers of employing this quack security system. But notwithstanding, we want the support of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in seeing that all these quack or licensed security companies are being flushed out.
This private guards firm complied with the regulations and met all requirements. The Commandant General's team also inspected private guards companies in Katsina State. From Kano, let's now take you to Kogi State, where the monitoring team began with Moonlight Protective Agency Limited, Lokoja, which was found to be under lock and key. Global Concept Security Company was found wanting and sealed. The team moved on to Latest Security Organizations Limited. At times, it involved other exchanges with operators, But the law will have to take its course as the team remain firm and resolute. The Commandant's General Monitoring Team has vowed to remain focused and to ensure that the private gas industry is sanitized. There is no doubt that in months and years to come, the fruits of this initiative will become visible for all to see. You're still watching The Defender. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now it's time for the Vox Pop segment where we take you to the streets to hear what Nigerians have to say about the operations of private gas company. Now over to you, Amaka.
The security sector has come under so much pressure with the recent rise in criminal activities and terrorism in the country. The private security companies, on the other hand, are equally saddled with the responsibility of providing security support to the relevant security agencies. But some people believe they have failed in this regard. We want to sample the opinions of Nigerians on the relevance of these private security companies. My name is Chiamaka Asogwa. Come with me.
Concerning these private security guards, I think even in the US we have sheriffs and some local police. So now we need to, the government needs to recruit more capable hands, and not only recruitment, training them. Even our present security outfits in the nation needs to be, I will not say overhauled now, but like a restructured, reoriented, revolutionized in order to meet up to the modern requirements. The present security outfits needs to be trained, given modern training and well equipped for the task ahead.
I think if the government should provide them with the necessary equipment that they need, like they can help out, they can do more than just searching people. That's what I actually think.
So they are relevant because they can be of help in providing useful information, as in based on, like in this environment now, all the offices here have their own private guards, and there are also other security agents, so they can work hand in hand together. We can exchange maybe security information among themselves. The government can do as in to help them with maybe equipment, security gadgets, so that maybe when something happens somewhere, they can easily maybe send text messages or maybe give information to the rightful or any other any of the other senior security men.
Private securities are necessary because even the government-owned security agents, agents that we have around they don't even seem to be doing enough, because there are situations where criminals are being reported to them and you see them doing nothing, or they feel that they don't have the capability to do enough. So having more of this private security, I think they will add up to the work the government-owned securities are doing. I think most of these private securities are owned by private individuals, such that they will employ these guys and they pay them less than the work they are actually doing. You see them collecting from maybe like agents or some multinational companies. They will collect much more from them. At the end of the day, they pay stipends to these security men who are working. But if the government can help, maybe like try to upgrade either their salary or put a law that there should be a minimum salary that should be paid to them, like increase their salary and ask the owners not to collect their money and eat it into their own private pocket. I think they will be encouraged to do more.
The security situation of the country is really overwhelming, and all the government security agencies alone cannot tackle the monumental security challenges confronting the country. So there is a need for private security guards to come in to complement the effort of the government security agencies in tackling the security situation in the country. But you and I know that the current situation of the private security guards in this country is really discouraging and appalling, especially with regard to the welfare of the private security guards. We all know that it is the responsibility of government to license private security, but most of the time that is where government stops. Hardly do the regulatory agencies do enough to ascertain whether the private guards employed to supplement this, to provide these services, are actually taken care of. So it goes beyond licensing the private guards to render private security services. Because of what relevance or of what importance will a private security guard be when his or her welfare is not taken care of? Somebody that is hungry cannot in any way effectively discharge his or her duty wherever he's assigned to. Because most of the time you see that they are discouraged, they are not motivated, and in that circumstance they will not be able to perform in providing even useful information.
Those guys, they are really doing good work, but they need improvement. You know, government overlooks certain things. Like these people, they are grassroots. You meet them before you reach to the top. Some of them, they work under somebody. Those people will collect the big salary and pay them small amount of money that cannot even take care of themselves, talk more of their family, so that they can pass information. When they see anything that is going wrong, they can say, see what we are seeing, or see this thing is going wrong, or that is going wrong. But if government is not taking care of them, they may see like all these herdsmen, all these bomb attacks, they can see what we stop it. They will just keep quiet. They will say, after all, if we talk, what is government going to do for us? So I think that government should do something to improve their standard of living.
They are very much relevant because the forces we have, police force we have, security we have, are not adequate enough. So they should be there to complement. Should be there to complement them. Meanwhile, the civil defense is supposed to supervise them. They should do that adequately, and their condition of service should be attractive, so as to make them do their job properly. Stringent measures should be made to ensure that only retired paramilitary officers or military officers are allowed to be directors or owners of these private security guards. And most especially, they should emphasize on the qualifications of these private security guards. Most of them, you discover that they don't even have school cards. I think the average qualification should be secondary school cert, to go a long way in improving their services.
I will use Ekiti State as an example. I think the governor made a public announcement a few days ago, certain phone numbers that people can actually contact if you see some kind of uprising in any area. I think these are the kind of proactive measures that need to be put in place in order to protect, the life of the citizens. I repeat again, and we should also keep on resounding this, and that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. This is our rights, our rights as the citizen of the nation. So maximum attention must be given to the security of the people. In fact, there should be something like a state of emergency declared in the security sector. We need more hands, more foreign aids, experts to give recommendations on how to improve the security. It's not only giving theoretical recommendations, but also practicalizing all these recommendations.
Government can empower them, train them, give them equipment that can help them in their duties. Some of them, they are armless. Even when there is an armed robber attack, if you are calling them, they will say, are we going to face them with what? There is no ammunition, there is no gun, there is nothing to empower them to work. So I believe that government should do something so that there will be peace in this nation.
Nigerians have spoken on the relevance of private guard companies in the country. The onus now lies on the regulatory agency to ensure they function effectively to meet international best practices. From the streets, I am Chiamaka Asogwa. Over to you now, Shola.
Welcome back. It's now time for our feedback segment with Comfort Okomai.
Thank you, Shola, and welcome to the feedback segment. We'll be taking 2 mails today, and the first mail is from Bright Emmanuel from Abuja. He says, what happens when the officers of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps find themselves in a situation where they have to make arrest? Do they call other security agencies to arrest the criminal or suspect? Do they have the power to make arrest? Okay, Emmanuel, the answer is yes. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps have the power to arrest. NSCDC amended Act 2007, Act number 6, Section 3F states that Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has the power to arrest with or without warrant, to detain, investigate, and institute legal proceedings by or in the name of the Attorney General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in accordance with the provision of the Constitution of Nigeria against any person who is reasonably suspected to have committed an offense under the Act establishing the Corps, or involved in any criminal activity, chemical poison or oil spillage, nuclear waste poisoning, industry espionage or fraud, activities aimed at frustrating any government policy or program, riot, civil disorder, revolt, strike, or religious unrest, vandalizing power transmission lines or oil pipelines, communication cables or equipment, waterboard pipes, or general equipment vandalization. The second mail is from Ebele Moses from Kogi State, and her mail reads, do you think the Nigeria Police Force make your job difficult? Thank you, Ebele, for that question. The answer is no. The Nigeria Police Force or any other security agencies does not in any way make our job difficult. With divergent statutory responsibilities, we are together working towards achieving one goal. We can only collaborate when there is need for it to ensure easy discharge of duties and to have good success. Thank you again, and that is the much we can take for today. Time constrained us and we could not respond to all our mails. I apologize sincerely for that. We will attend to all of them in our subsequent episodes. Please keep your questions coming. Mail us on thedefendertvonline@gmail.com and we'll respond accordingly. Goodbye, and over to you, Shola.
Thank you, Comfort. And it's here we conclude today's edition of The Defender. Please join us on the same station next week, same time, for a fresh package. For questions, comments, reactions, and suggestions, please reach us through any of our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Till I come your way again, I am Shola Odumusu, reminding you of the words of Malala Yousafzai when she said, if you want to end the war, instead of sending guns, send books. Instead of sending tanks, send pen. And instead of sending soldiers, send teachers. Enjoy your day. Bye for now. For sponsorship and advert booking, contact the Public Relations Unit, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, National Headquarters, Abuja, or the producer on 0803 371 1199 or 0811 813 4154.